What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Shanti back with a promised video on how I did this hair. Before we get started to this video, I do want to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything coming your way. And before we get started into this video again, I wanted to take the time to shout out a group of people and a project that I've been involved in that was awesome to work on. Not too long ago, we wrapped up everything. If you have not heard of the Friend Zone web series, go check it out, guys. It is hilarious. I work with some awesome people, an awesome cast, wonderful actors, great, funny people, genuine people. That truly know what they want and have a passion for acting, and it shows in the series. So this series is a romantic comedy. It is here on YouTube, so as soon as you finish watching this video, please make sure you go check out the Friend Zone web series. It's great. And the work that I did, and I am by no means a professional, I don't claim to be, but I did do the makeup and hair on this web series. So please go check out my work, go check out everybody else's acting, everybody else's work. It was awesome, it was great, it was fun, guys. So go check it out. Good series. So now that we've got that out the way, guys, I want to jump into this hair video.
Okay guys, so for this I'm starting off with my natural hair. This is just a still shot of my natural hair. Now normally I am natural, but because I'm wearing wigs, I did put a relaxer on my edges. Well, I won't say a relaxer, a Texlax. So I'm mixing it with conditioner. This is an olive oil. Make sure I'm using my base. By the way, I do not promote boxed relaxers. They do put a calcium buildup. But doing that and using the neutralizing shampoo and conditioner. So here you see me after I have washed and conditioned my hair. I have put it in these little baby buns or baby knots just to kind of keep it stretched and keep it from rolling up and knotting up on me, because I definitely have 4C hair, and if you comb it out and leave it for 2 minutes, it will curl into itself. You can see me pulling my fingers through it, so I'll put the little knots on there. So I'm using the Shea Moisture, or I did use the Shea Moisture Strengthener, Strength and Grow Restorative Shampoo, as well as the matching conditioner with peppermint in it, and this gives you a wonderful tingle, guys. It really feels like it's working. And occasionally when I've come out of a style, I do use a deep conditioner, Jojoba by Eden, that I get from my local Sally's, and I'll use that in the shower. As well as the Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner. I do put that in my head after washing my head. And this next thing that you'll see is my mixture of oils, and I will list everything I've got in there below. There's shea oil, there's coconut oil, tea tree oil, grape seed oil. So here I have taken a couple of the knots down, and if you see, it's getting drier. My hair is so dry, it soaks up all that moisture, all of that oil, and it looks dry like almost immediately. So I am just taking my fingers and trying to run through it, putting a little more oil on my hands to move through the hair a little better. Otherwise, you will get snags, and it will tug and it will tear, and we want to try to keep as much of that length and not tear as much as possible. And I do have some shedding due to the the surgery, the gastric bypass surgery, there is a side effect of hair loss. So I have been shedding more than quote unquote normal, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to go natural. But with my hair being so thick and so coarse, you can barely tell. So here you have me ready to braid. So I've parted off the top portion of my head into the back portion behind the ear. I've gone across the hairline, or across the middle of my head, and I'm just braiding to the back of my ear. And in the back, I will gather the braids that I've braided on the front together and do and combine them in a few braids in the back, just because there's no point in having 12 corn rolls all the way back just to put under a quick weave. So you guys will see me using braiding hair, and this is regular Kanekalon braiding hair. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a small section, and you see me pulling it to make it uneven, my ends uneven, as well as pulling 1/3 of the section over the other to make my 3-strand knot that you see right here. And this is the method that I use to braid. It's very, very difficult to explain how to braid, so I don't think that I can explain, but I am adding one piece of one strand of the 3-strand braiding line to the beginning of my hairline and intertwining the 3 behind it. If that made any sense, it probably didn't, but I will try my best on how to do a braid in another video. But if you see me braiding to the back, it's difficult for me to braid my own hair, but I do try it since my mom that normally braids my hair does not live in the city. So you'll see me taking a look at what I've done, and I don't really like it because I wasn't able to start the braid at the beginning of my hairline like I wanted to. So I'm just gonna take it down. The struggle is real, guys. You see it. It's real. So I've come back now with my hair braided. If you can see, I've braided, there are more braids at the top of my head than there are in the back. There are probably about 8 to 10 braids on the top and only 4 in the back. I've gathered the ones in the back. So, and I've gathered them into 2 small pigtails. So I don't add a whole lot of braiding here, just enough to keep the braid together. So after I've done that, I've tucked the braids into the back of my head. Now I'm going to take that styling gel and the weave cap, and I'm going to put all that gel, or I won't say all of the gel, but I'm going to put the gel on the braids. The point of this is to is for the glue to adhere to your hair, but not to basically pull the hair out. So it makes very well for removing. So I always do this. I start out with a comb trying to put it on, but end up having to put my whole hand in there, and it ends up getting messy. So you'll see that in a second, but that's the point. I put the styling gel on the entire head, the braids, the parts, every single thing, except for well, I do actually put it on my edges because that's the most sensitive part. So I'm putting I'm putting the gel on my entire head, making sure it's fully coated. I don't want to leave anything out, because if you do, trust and believe, you will have issues taking the quick weave out, because the glue will be stuck to your hair. You will be pulling hair out. You will be losing chunks, and that's not what you want to do. Quick weaves, you want to make sure that they are still working as protective styles, and that it's not taking any of the hair out. So fully coat that head like I'm doing here, taking my time, making sure it's in the braid and all on the backs including the where I've pulled the hair together and rolled it up in the back to make sure that it's fully coated. We don't want any hair being taken out. Get into those parts. And excuse these faces that I'm making. You know those faces that you make when you're doing your hair or your makeup and you just don't realize the camera's recording? Don't mind me, y'all. Don't mind me. So now we're going to put this quick weave cap on. This quick weave, well, it's not really a quick weave cap. It is a stocking cap. And it comes 2 in the pack at your local beauty supply store, or you can buy them individually. I just buy the 2 together because I use both of them. I usually do 2 to 3 caps. The glue is going to seep through the caps, but that's the point of why I use 2 to 3 caps, so it doesn't seep down and it's not stuck to my head for like 7 months. So I take the first cap and then I put the second cap directly on top, and I try to make sure I pull the caps over my ears. If not, they'll start sliding back because they're a little tight. Let it dry. So we're going to use my this is just a blow dryer that I got from my local beauty supply store. I'm not even sure of the name brand, but the point is I needed heat, so it did the trick. So I am just blow drying, trying to make sure that the glue is dry, or not the glue, I'm sorry, the gel is dry, because once those caps go on, they are stocking caps, so the gel is going to seep through the cap, and ultimately the cap is going to be stuck to your head. So I'm trying to make sure that the gel is dried through the caps. Now we are ready, if I can talk, to glue. So I use the Maxi glue from my local beauty supply store, and I am not showing you guys the method because I'm gonna have to get another tripod that lets me angle, but my angle, I couldn't get it down far enough to show how I was gluing. But basically I just measure the portion of my head that I'm trying to glue, and I cut my tracks. When I'm quick weaving, I cut my tracks. When I'm sewing, I do the fold over method. But quick weaves, I am gluing or cutting my tracks to the length of the portion of the head I'm gluing, and I take the blow dryer for most of it and dry the glue a little bit, let it get tacky, and then adhere it to the section of head that I am wanting to glue. So those are my little curls that you see, guys. Just a couple of them. You see me jamming to my music. Don't you tell me nothing. Not me. No, not me. Get it, girl. I don't know what I was listening to. Now, I got tired, you guys. That was late last night that I was recording. So this is the next morning. I did not finish last night. It was supposed to be a quick weave, but it ended up working into the next morning. So if you can see, I've got most of the head done. And I did go in an angle. You guys can obviously see it's a side part on my right side. So I'm just still doing the same method, guys, and I'm showing you in a second kind of what the little bundle looks like when it comes. And this is just those little bundles I got right there, and this is just cheap hair I got from the hair store. When I do quick weaves, I do not use expensive hair whatsoever, because again, this was only supposed to be a style lasting for a week. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on hair I'm going to throw away. So now that I've finished, I have glued all the way around my head in the desired style that I wanted, I guess you can say. So now I've pulled all the hair up to the top, and I am taking my scissors. I'm pulling the cap as tight as possible, as far away from my head as possible, so I can cut as close to the hairline as possible to make sure that there are no little pieces of cap still left. So you can see me, and I do this to both caps. You'll see me cutting now the second portion of the cap, making sure there are no little frays left of either stocking cap. So the stocking cap is just, the point of it is to cover the head, or to protect the hair from the glue. I don't need it on my edges. I don't need it anywhere where hair is not glued. So I'm cutting the perimeter around the entire head. So you guys will see me doing that here. By the way, the scissors that I'm using, they're just regular scissors. Here is a tip. Anytime you're doing a quick weave style, or you're working on hair that is not expensive hair, do not use expensive hair cutting shears that you've paid a lot of money for. They will dull them, and there's really no point in using hair cutting shears on expensive hair. It's just pointless. So those are just regular scissors. They're not kitchen scissors, but they're just regular scissors that I want to say I bought from Walmart for like $10. So here, I initially was going to have a part, but the way the hair came, the only closure that was included in the pack was a circular closure. And I tried to make it work to see if I could have a side part, but I wasn't going to leave any hair out. I tried to make that work, and you will see what I've done at the end, but making sure you get all around those edges with that stocking cap, because it never fails. Every time I do a quick weave, like 2 weeks into the style or a week into the style, I'll be like, what is this piece of cap still doing on my head? So you can see me trying to get every little piece to make sure it doesn't stick out, it doesn't poke out. So basically that is that's it. If I didn't miss any, I found some. Better now than a week from now. And working on your own head, you got to do a lot in the back by feel and not by mirror, unless you have a really good mirror in the back. So I work a lot from feel doing my own hair. And I found another piece, apparently, that need to be cut. So now I'm basically done, guys. So yeah, this is basically it.
Staying tuned all the way to the end, guys. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I did make some modifications at the end because I didn't like the closure portion, but it will do for a quick weave style. I'm only going to keep it in about a week. So I'm actually waiting on hair to come in from that I ordered online. So I'd already taken my previous style out and had nothing to do with it. So I just needed something to do with it for a quick week. So stay tuned for another another hair video. And you guys will see the hair that I ordered online. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. And also, again, go check out the Friend Zone web series. It was great. It's funny. I believe they're already on episode 5. So don't just go check out episode 5. You need to check this drama out from week 1, from episode 1. Go all the way back to episode 1 and check out Reese's story and check out everything that this story has to offer. Again, it's hilarious, you guys. For social media, don't forget to follow me. It's Shanti_Tells on Instagram, and on Snapchat it's Shanti_Tells27. I would love for you guys to follow me on those social medias as well as YouTube. Hope to see you soon, guys. Bye bye.